welcome back to our second episode.
We made it.
We're recording back to back from our first episode.
So we just finished the first episode.
Which was kind of a train wreck, but what else could you expect?
Hey, if you're here, you liked it.
Yeah, okay. Or you're just a pity follower and
you're obligated to listen.
You're our friends. So we also want to emphasize, since we are filming back to back, our third co-host / mediator is still out. We miss her terribly. This could go a whole lot smoother if she was here, but sadly she is not. I thought I almost gave away her name, but I didn't. Yeah, hopefully she will be here for a third episode. If not, we will drag her here. So please do not file a police report. Oh my god, our podcast could be used like in the court of law if that were to happen.
I plead the fifth.
Going into the court of law. Did you see that transition? Oh my god, I was made for this. You know how people are like on a show or something, they're like, oh, I hate that character? I'm that character. Okay, going into court of law, speaking of laws, we are under 18. The Depp versus Heard one. The little trial that has been going on. Not little, because wasn't it like 6 weeks?
I don't even know.
I just know it lasted a whole lot. And it was like
live streamed?
I know. Also, I don't know how I feel about that. It's the Depp versus Heard trial just came to, what is it, a conclusion?
They reached a verdict.
That's like the official term. And it's like very recent. It happened Monday, didn't it? Tuesday? Wednesday?
Yesterday?
It did.
Yeah.
Oh no. Wednesday. I was right.
I just heard Thursday.
Oh, sorry. I said Thursday? Oh, yikes.
You're gonna listen to me. You did not say
Thursday. Sorry. $1 says I did. Wait, no, $1 says I didn't.
See, now you don't even know.
Oh my god. Hey, well, anyway, it's going back to it. It's a very ongoing issue that has been happening.
Yeah, because I just thought, me being me, I was like, oh, the verdict. We're going to see if Amber's guilty or not guilty. We're going to see if Johnny Depp is guilty or not guilty.
But also, it's for defamation.
Yeah.
I was like, defamation, and I was like, oh no, that's not the word. But defamation, which isn't really about abuse. It was just more like her dirtying his name. So what are your opinions? Are you team her, team Depp? Neutral?
Very much for Mr. Depp. Mr. Willy Wonka himself.
I don't believe that was him. But
me. Some people are saying it's the Veneers.
Veneers?
The Veneers?
But, Veneers.
Veneers, okay, yeah, that.
Yeah.
I don't believe him. Anyway,
before we get into this, Johnny Depp's accent, he's from, search up where he's
Kentucky.
From. He's from Kentucky. Our Wi-Fi is that good. Also, he's from Kentucky, and he acts like if he's from like
the UK.
Yeah.
I was very surprised when someone said that.
I was like, doesn't make sense.
It does not.
Going in without Austin Butler, I don't know if you've seen his interviews. He's still in his little Elvis face.
Yeah.
That's so embarrassing. Vanessa Hudgens, you are so right for leaving that man. Actually, no, you aren't. But like, if it wasn't for
that man was
he's beautiful.
Oh my
sorry,
God.
I don't
He was on Hannah Montana. He was on Glee.
Oh, she was that excited? She dropped her phone?
Hannah Montana, Glee. There's more other shows, but those are the only ones I watched.
Are you excited for his Elvis movie? Are you gonna see it?
I don't know. I think I might want to see it because of the Doja Cat song.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Really off topic. Going back to the Depp versus Heard trial, you're Team Depp. Tell us about it.
I don't know. It's just like I said, or did I say?
I don't
know if you cut it up or not.
We cut off track.
If what Amber was saying was 100% true, he would have more victims. Mm-hmm. Because how are you gonna only be abusive to one person, but not the others?
There's no pattern.
Yeah, there's no exception. There's no pattern. It's who the person is.
Mm-hmm.
And both of his exes supported him. Winona.
Favorite things. Sorry.
Love her. Anyway.
And Kim Moss.
Yeah.
She came on the stand.
Yeah. And talked about how he did not push her down the stairs.
True.
He did help her.
True.
Get medical attention. Yeah. Okay, so while I was researching, I was reading, right, and the two same words kept coming up: compensatory and punitive damages. So when I went to Google it, I typed in the first three letters of both of these words, and they just autofilled.
Because of how much it's been.
So the compensatory damages, I Googled what that was because obviously I am not a lawyer, nor do I ever plan on becoming one.
Because the hard work?
But how do you argue without crying?
Oh, yeah. Someone says, like, Hershey. It's hearsay, but I think it's Hershey. When someone were to say that to me, I would break down.
Yeah, like, let me fucking talk. Okay,
They'd
anyway.
be like, you're wrong. And I'm like, I am.
Okay, compensatory damages, they were designed to compensate the plaintiff for actual losses. So, like, it's them being reimbursed for, like, any expenses.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That made sense to me.
Yeah. And then the punitive damages are awarded in addition. They're considered punishments when a defendant's behavior is especially harmful.
So that's like what he won.
Yeah,
right?
He won both.
Yeah.
So he got reimbursed for everything he spent while with Amber. Right, that was the 10 million.
Oh my god.
And then he got the 5 million for punitive.
And I don't know if this is gonna be a little controversial, but I'm team neutral, more leaning to Johnny, but very much neutral because since the case was about defamation and not abuse, I definitely think that he did cause Amber abuse. I don't know about physical, but I know emotionally. But I definitely, like, you can't argue facts. So of course Amber did cause physical and emotional, like, abuse to Johnny more than he ever did to her. But I also think we should circle back to the age gap.
Right, I said I was gonna search that up. I never did. What is the age gap?
I don't know, but I think she was like 20 and he was like way older.
Googling.
I think you obviously can't argue that there was abuse in that relationship. Like, of course, if you've kept up with the child, you know there was abuse. But I also think we should focus on, like, how the age gap might have influenced it. Because if she saw, I'm playing devil's advocate over here. People are gonna hate me.
Sorry, we got that watches up in here.
It's
with these gas prices.
You know it's reaching $6.
I know, it's Chicago.
I'm
it's
not driving anymore.
$5.65.
I'm getting here on a bike. I'm skateboarding. I'm gonna become an e-boy if that's what it takes.
I should have kept my electrical scooter.
That's what I'm saying.
Anyway.
Life is so unfair. Okay. I'm saying, I think people should look at it because, hey, going on Johnny's fame, that's gonna cloud some people's judgment. And you know, if you do support Johnny. I think his fame did cloud a lot of people's judgment. Amber, obviously not as famous as him, but I do think I'm obviously not condoning physical abuse, but I'm saying maybe this is just, what is it called? Like food for your thought. The age gap, if someone's like way older than you and you get in a fight and you get scared, obviously you're gonna think, I need to protect myself against this person who is way older than me, bigger than me. Although Johnny said it was like, when they asked him, they're like, oh, you're physically bigger than Amber. He's like, I don't think so. It's like, yes.
He radiates short king energy.
He does. But also how girls are like, oh my god, my fetus, my small baby. And it's like
the Dan Phil era.
Oh no. We're also not judging anyone. If you watch Dan Phil, trust me, I do too. But I don't think you should talk about like.
Did you draw the kitty whiskers at the Sharpie?
They do with an eyeliner. They can't do Sharpie. Their mom wouldn't let them.
Okay, I just googled their age gap. He was 51 at the time. She was 29.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like if someone like that with that much fame, with that much power, were to like abuse you or like to scare you, wouldn't you like want to fight back? Kinda like not fight back, but like you know what I mean. Like I could protect myself.
Yeah, you'd be scared.
You would be scared. just a food for your thought. But obviously there's evidence, a lot of evidence that goes against Amber. And you know what? I do support that Johnny won that. I'm just thinking, like, the thing I don't support about it is the way that people went about it when it came to Amber. Because people were dragging her name through the mud. Like, there's people like Ted Bundy. People didn't do that to Ted Bundy. And he was, like, literally killing people.
But also, I feel like that's a whole different thing because there is fan clubs for Ted Bundy. People found Ted Bundy attractive. Amber Heard didn't kill anyone.
True. But I'm saying abuse or killing. You know, like, I get the hate for her. I get
But
it.
you don't get the obsessive.
I don't get the
hate.
obsessiveness. How people were, like, literally printing pictures and putting it, like, there was this one video I saw on Twitter. It's disgusting. And there was, like, a picture of Amber Heard on, like, a inappropriate thing, and people were, like, doing things to her because they hate her so much. And I was like, I've never seen someone act that way towards a man.
Chris Brown?
But Chris Brown.
Chris Brown.
Why did no one come at him like that? Like, obviously people hate him, but nowhere near as much as Amber Heard.
And he still has his little followers. He's still a big little pop star.
People got over it so fast. Like, they hated him for a month and they got over it.
When Rihanna gave birth and he posted that thing, the little baby emojis.
When Drake unfollowed her and A$AP Rocky for having a child.
Children.
Men.
Do better.
Not even men. Boys. Oh my god, I sound like an inspirational quote. But yes, I just feel like obviously Johnny should have won that. But definitely people shouldn't have obsessed that much over Amber as they did. I also think that, like, the whole live stream of it played into it.
I think it did too.
Because I don't understand how, like, normal everyday things aren't allowed to be recorded sometimes.
But that was.
But, like, this whole, like, celebrity thing was, like, no.
Along with my research, though, I found a quote from Miss Monica Lewinsky when she was an intern at the White House. She had a little affair with Mr. President Clinton.
Sneaky.
Oh, she was the reason for his impeachment.
I know.
Fun for her. Okay, so she said
We saw a video of it.
History?
Yeah, in history.
Okay, so she said, quote unquote, she called it courtroom porn. She did. And then she said, we are drenched in the taint of the dirt and aggression of the social media wars.
Definitely. I feel like, I don't know if you saw this, but when Camille Vasquez was going at Amber Heard, and then I felt like Camille Vasquez is such a good lawyer, the way she handled all that. But I'm also saying it was, I don't know, maybe it was the right thing to do. I haven't seen a lot of trials. I don't know if I should be, like, the best one to speak about this, but Camille Vasquez, the way she was addressing Amber Heard, it sounded more of like, you know, those little girls on TikTok make edits to, like, powerful things people say, with, like, the man-eater playing in the background and, like, the LED lights and everything. I feel like when she addressed Amber, she kind of wanted her little moment like that.
But I also think hamburger. I really believe Amber was playing dumb because no one is that stupid. I believe that. And she was just like, I was talking to the jury, answering questions that weren't even asked.
The way that she was, like, moving around, I was like, this girl is...
Like, that is not what I recall.
But I'm saying, like, the way she addressed her. I don't know. Sorry. Answer it on the podcast.
Hello?
30, we're out.
At like 4:30ish.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, that's right, let me know.
Okay. Bye.
Can I leave that in? Okay. What were we talking about?
What were we talking about? Well, we were...
Amber Heard. She addressed her Amber Heard.
Yeah.
I feel like there was, I don't know what they were talking about, but it was, like, a very specific moment, and I just felt like it was a little inappropriate. I felt like definitely media had to do a lot with it.
See what else I had. She said, Amber Heard said, but I am sadder still that I seem to have lost a right I thought I had as an American.
Oh, like her, after the trial ended, their like statements they both released.
To speak freely and openly. She forgets we can't talk shit about people though.
But like, well, that's what our whole podcast is talking. Are we gonna get sued?
High-powered people then.
Yeah.
Because then if we talk shit about someone on this podcast, they can't sue us for defamation.
They can though.
They can?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's what it is, because like we're like if we use your name.
Okay, so let's not use a name.
I want to use a name. Let's get sued. I'm already getting sued by Harry, Taylor. Who else? Who else did we mention? Johnny and Amber. Oh God.
But yeah, and then
Wait, so are you like supporting that statement?
I don't know.
Like it's okay if you are. That's what we're here
Yeah,
to do.
yeah.
I support that statement too.
Like I feel like there's a limit.
But yes.
There's only so
definitely-
much you can talk about.
Yes. I feel like the what is it called? Like her co-ed. She wrote
op-ed.
Co-ed is when boys and girls play together. Or it's like the bathroom for boys and girls. Her little statement that she wrote before, like for the Washington Post. I feel like that was like.
That was crossing the line.
But also, you have to think about people who come out about abuse. And you're naming your abuser. That's like what she did. So if people did that, is that defamation? That's what you should think about. I think that's as much as we can go in. Because I feel like everything else has been repeated.
Yeah. Oh, you know that she threatened to publicly serve him with a restraining order if
Like how?
he didn't continue to financially support her lifestyle after she filed for divorce.
How Olivia Wilde. I don't know if you heard of this. She was showing the Don't Worry Darling trailer, which me and you are definitely going to see.
Definitely.
We made plans already.
Yeah.
Again, if any of our relatives are listening to us, we are never watching that movie ever in our life. But, you know what? This whole podcast, I was like, when you talk about issues that make us uncomfortable, and here I am.
Making it uncomfortable.
Anyways, she was showing the whole, like, the teaser trailer for, like, this, I don't know what it's called, but it's, like, a convention for, like, directors and, like, the film industry. And she was showing the Don't Worry Darling trailer, and as she was introducing it, she got served with, what was it? They were, like, custody papers.
Yeah.
And she thought like they were giving her something to introduce or something. She's like, "Oh, what's this?"
They're
And she
like,
opened up. She's like, "Oh,
read it."
I was like, "Yikes!" Ted Lasso. I love Ted Lasso. Olivia Wilde. I like her. I don't like her past. She says racist things and everything. But if Harry's happy,
I guess we're happy too.
I guess I'm happy. I think Google. Speaking of Harry. My transitions. Liam Payne was on Logan Paul's podcast today. Mr. Payne.
Mr. Payne.
Mr. Payno. Mr. I'm Afraid of Spoons. If you're a One Direction fan, you know this. But if you've been on Twitter in the Twitter or TikTok for the past few days, you know he's afraid of spoons.
The past 24 hours, honestly.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about a little bit? I know you're really passionate about this.
A whole page filled.
Do you want to introduce it?
Okay.
Or like basically what went down?
So Mr. Payne. Money hungry Mr. Payne.
Oh.
Went on a podcast, much like ours.
No, I don't compare me to Logan. Honestly, like, first of all, if we were to compare, would you be Logan or would you be Jake?
I feel like
we'd both be Logan.
Yeah.
Jake is like too far deep.
Yeah. Too far gone.
Too far gone.
Yeah.
Anyways, go ahead.
Went on Logan Paul's podcast to speak on
One Direction, I guess.
his little rivalry.
That wasn't the whole topic, though.
Oh, well, the snippet that got famous all over the internet was him talking
about
shit.
his life, but of course, the big portion of his life was
One Direction.
Yeah.
And he talked about how basically he was the reason for One Direction existence.
Have you seen Harry's audition tape? Zayn's audition tape? I don't believe it.
I don't either. And then, like, everyone was pointing out, like, there
Wait,
was...
so, like, what did he say?
He basically said that Simon Cowell...
Can you say in his accent?
Oh my god.
Simon Cowell.
No, I have another thing I want to say in the British accent.
Go ahead, but like, explain
Somehow, the little judge on X Factor, whatever, which is where they got to be One Direction, promised him that in 2 years' time, he would be the big star to come out of that little boy band, and that he would just work around the other members. And he was gonna be the one to make it big. He was gonna be Harry Styles.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, that didn't happen.
That did not happen. I think he also say like how, I know he talked about like that and how he was basically like a startup and everything. Can we talk also about like how, if that's true, which I doubt is, let's say he was like the plan and everything, how Harry outsold him, and like just not even by planning to, like just his
just
true
by
character.
being Harry.
Yeah.
He had the charisma. That's what everyone on TikTok is saying. But also, the thing I didn't like is that everyone's saying like, oh, after Harry and Niall have eaten all these disgusting things, like Harry ate a scorpion, and then Niall drank the snail smoothie.
On the James Corden show, they ate those things to avoid talking about their expand members.
On Spill Your Guts or Eat Your Guts.
I support those men until I die, because that's true friendship, I think. Even if you don't talk to them as much or anything.
But I think that's just like a privacy thing. Like, why would I air it out?
That's his money hunt. Like, because he's so irrelevant right now.
Mm-hmm. He's
obviously more relevant than us. We're not trying to act like we're better than him. We might be. But I'm saying, like, to stay kind of, like, relevant, he's doing these things. To, like, how he talked about Zayn. And he was like, well, because I don't know if you guys have heard, but, like, a while back, when Zayn and Gigi were still together, like, they ran into Jake Paul or something, and, like, they were screaming things at each other, and, like, the next day, Zayn wanted to beat his ass, because he was yelling at Jake Paul, and then Gigi, like, went on Twitter, like, later that evening, was like, oh, get you a respectful man, and everything, and how Liam was like, well, guess that tweet didn't age well. I'm like, you literally cheated on Maya, and then proceeds to go to the airport and show off the girl he cheated off with. Can we talk about that? How that's like so hypocritical. Like,
the Twitter memes are so hilarious though.
I know, I love Twitter because of that. Also, he also said a while back how basically him and his I don't know if they were married, but him and Cheryl had a son together, and he said that their relationship, the reason why it ended was because of the child. Like, I was like, oh.
The child is gonna grow up and find that article,
and they're gonna like, wow, thanks, Dad.
Yeah.
And how he also said a while back when, like, I don't know, he was doing some interview or article thing, and they asked him, they were like, oh, well, do you think, I don't even think he asked him, I think it was like a live or something, but he said how he doesn't want Harry babysitting his child because his femininity, right? That's how I say it?
Yeah. His little feminine side.
Yeah, his feminine side might rub off on Bear, his child.
Bear,
first of all, no hate to Bear though.
Bear is a gay term though.
Are besties, but what I'm saying is, like,
they named their son after a gay term used in the gay community.
Yes. But I'm saying, like, we've been Liam, we've been iffy of Liam for a while.
I've never met a Liam girl. That's all I'm gonna say.
Really? Do you want to do your One Direction ranks?
Yes. Okay.
You can go first, so I know what mine are.
Okay. Number
I've
one.
had mine locked in since I was like young.
My number one, it was like Zayn, because something about Harry's hair just didn't do it for me at the time. So Zayn, Harry, and then Niall, Louis, and then Liam.
This is mine. Zayn, Harry, Niall and Louis are tied. Niall and Louis, and then Liam. Liam 5 notches down.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Oh, I wanted to include this quote because I found it so funny. Sorry.
I'm just talking about.
Okay, so this is something he said on the podcast where I don't know what they're talking about, but he said, "I still don't know who I am. I replicate different people on a daily basis." That's a oh my God, can I talk? That's a
Mental what?
That is a mental illness.
Oh, about like switching personalities.
Very much. No, that's what I said. Like in my mind, after I read that, I was like, that's mental illness, babe.
Also, he was drinking alcohol in that, and he's been he's been known to have like alcohol problems. So I feel like that's what contributed
he was like,
to
a
that.
little whiskey never hurt nobody.
And he was like so like harsh about it. What made
And
me
then
laugh
Logan Paul looked
was like,
confused. Yeah.
what made me laugh was like when he was all like, oh.
If you don't remove your hands.
Yeah, you're never gonna use them again. Or when he's like, I took shit from no one, and I made it very clear that I did not take shit from no one. I'm not gonna tell you how, but I did. And his little accent, he's like, I'm not gonna tell you how, but I did. I was like, oh my god, yes.
Mr. Bad Boy here, trying to be, doesn't say Bad Boy Candle. Well, they're a different boy band, but like.
I'm so sorry about that.
Oh, but did you see Maya Henry's TikTok? We Team Bryce over here.
I love Maya Henry, but first of all, before they broke up, well, before he cheated on her, which she found out from a fan account.
Oh yeah, that was so sad.
Oh no, but they had a little falling out beforehand, and like a week later they spotted together, and that's when I knew maybe he isn't the best.
Maybe he.
His little Instagram lives he did over quarantine too, when he would constantly bring up the boys. I was like, dude, just let it die. Like, come on. It's better to not say anything than to sometimes say everything.
If you don't have anything nice to say,
don't say anything at all.
Yeah.
I really admire Liam's admiration for himself, because he doesn't have that type of admiration for his bandmates or Maya. So you know what? I think he's very narcissistic.
I see it.
And a little alcohol problems.
Yeah. Someone should get on that, maybe.
I know. How he came after Zayn's family. It's like, oh, his upbringing. And I'm like, well, clearly yours is a little rough too if you're out here saying these things about these people.
Okay, so I was doing my little information. I was reading article after article, and the Rolling Stone really made my day. Let me tell you why. Okay, so they started off the article with Liam Payne, bless his heart. That's how they started the article.
Oh no.
And then they went on to say, for Payne's sake, we hope he figures out, after he said that I still don't know who I am, for Payne's sake, we hope he figures out who he is, he wants to be soon, and that it's not the same man who woke up and chose violence on Logan Paul's podcast.
Oh my god.
I love that.
As they should.
Yeah.
He is just doing that for attention. I have not heard of that man since.
Strip that down.
1 billion streams, like, oh my god. It wasn't even a solo song, it was a feature. My boy Zayn and Harry can do so much better.
He just surpassed
Niall, he just follows his little Instagram, like, his little Instagram dumps. And his little...
Is that his song?
No.
Whose song is it?
Bruno Mars. It's What You Do to Me. Hold on.
Oh, that's there's Delilah.
Search it up. It's Bruno Mars. What are you talking about?
I just sang, hey there, Delilah.
Oh yeah, you did. Sorry, I think every little love song is about Bruno Mars. But what I'm saying is, how his ego lets him think that he's better than everyone else.
But like also, like, what if this is like one big PR stunt for the reunion?
No, they are never reuniting. It's taken me a while to accept that, you know? Which is why I pay $2,000 for each separate solo member to go see them in concert. I wish Zayn could do tours, but his anxiety doesn't let him, which I understand. I think that's it for this episode. We hope you enjoy our little 2 cents about the Depp versus Heard and the Liam Payne. Obviously, we're gonna get better.
This was way better than the first one.
This was, I think, because we're much more passionate about this than introducing ourselves to people we know.
Well, we know, but we don't know.
Yeah.
We know, but they don't know us.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Some of us do.
The one non-pity follower we have.
We do? Oh, yeah, we do. Hey, I think...
So much love for her.
She will still know, though. Yeah. If you followed us recently, if you're our 11th follower, hey.
You want to be a special guest? Did we say that in the first episode?
We also forgot to mention in our first episode that we will have special guests, so you won't always have to be
hearing the same 3 annoying voices.
Yeah, you only heard 2 today, but usually you'll hear 3.
Be glad.
Sometimes you'll hear 4. Sometimes you'll hear. Actually, no, we won't.
Well, no more than 4 because we don't have friends.
Yeah. Oh, I was like, the voices are. No, she went a different route. I think that's it for our first episode. We hope you enjoyed it. We hope you didn't get bored of us. And this is We Have to Grow podcast.
We have to go.
Continue to
Grow.
grow. We hope to see you next week.